Don't throw away the umbrella. An examination of Shelby v. Holder and the 1965 Voting Rights Act. By Willa Johnson, Peck, Period 1, 2014. I chose to learn about voting rights because it seems really interesting and it relates to a club that I run, and finally, it seems like a really important topic. So before we learn about the case, it's important to have some background information, specifically on the Voting Rights Act of 1965. The Voting Rights Act was necessary to stop unfair voting practices such as literacy tests, the grandfather clause, white-only primaries, racial gerrymandering, and after the Civil Rights Act of 1964, it was a good follow-up. There were several important sections of the Voting Rights Act. There was Section 2, which prohibits literacy tests, Section 4, which determines which areas are monitored by Section 5, which is preclearance. Preclearance means that any areas under jurisdiction must have all new voting procedures approved by the federal government before they change them. The case itself was between Shelby County, Alabama, and Eric Holder, the U.S. Attorney General. It is critical to note that Shelby County was very important during the Civil Rights Movement. Shelby County won in a 5-4 decision. The majority opinion was written by Justice Roberts, the concurring by Justice Thomas, and the dissenting by Ginsburg. Some of the majority opinion's evidence was that states should have equal sovereignty, the Supremacy Clause, and that there is less voter discrimination now, and also that the South has changed a lot, which it makes the coverage formula no longer accurate. Oh, and Justice Roberts says that the dissent is, quote, flawed. On the other hand, the dissent cites that the act was renewed in Congress by bipartisan support recently, also that this is not really a type of case for judicial review, and also that the coverage formula is updated every 10 years, and also that equal sovereignty is meant to be a protection only for new states. Ginsburg says that throwing out preclearance when it has worked and is continuing to work to stop discriminatory changes is like throwing away your umbrella in a rainstorm because you are not getting wet. And she says that there are many unfair voting practices still in Shelby County and the whole U.S., which is backed up with evidence. Some media response to this included the New York Times saying that they didn't agree with the ruling, and the Huffington Post saying that they don't understand how minority voters will be protected now. I would have upheld Section 4 of the Voting Rights Act because it is still doing a lot of good, and Ginsburg makes some very good points about it. What would you do? Have we really achieved full equality? Did you know about this case before? Why or why not? What other important issues might you not know about? Thanks for watching.